What's up, sexies? Happy Monday. Man, it's Memorial Day, ain't it? An honor is in order to all the brave men and women who go out here and protect and serve each and every one of us. So that way we may continue to believe in the freedoms that we have. Shots fired. Watch your toes. Made a lot of good friends doing what I do in these videos and whatnot. Had a lot of good people reach out to me, and due to one major who's become a good friend of mine, I am doing this one in his honor. And thank you for all the info that I needed for this one, brother. You know, it's Monday. It's that Monday reset, right? Everybody's out here doing their thing, enjoying family, having a good time. And we honor all the brave men and women who have sacrificed so much for all of us. You know, it's the mark of an educated mind to entertain a thought without actually accepting it. Aristotle. And, you know, we have so much going on anymore that we are blind to, or that they keep us blind to, for that matter. The general population doesn't even know what's happening, and they don't even know that they don't know what's happening. And, it's a sad world, sad day for that. These brave men and women who go out here and fight for us, they sacrifice maybe time with their families, or maybe even their lives for their families. And it's all to entertain an idea of superiority. I'm sorry to anyone whose toes I'm going to step on for this video, but as the major asked me to do this one for him, for his unit, I will. So, this, like I said, is in memory of many and in honor of all. We thank each and every one of you. And our flag doesn't fly because of the wind that moves it. It flies because it's the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. He asked me who I was before he gave me the information I needed to do this video. And I told him, who am I? Well, I'm a demon to some, and I'm an angel to others. He said, that's a beautiful thing. And I asked him why. And he said, because peace cannot be kept by force, but only achieved through understanding. I thought that was pretty powerful. And, the great John Lennon, we live in a world where we have to hide our love when, violence is practiced in broad daylight. And it's bad. It gets bad. The government would go through here, as we fight for their superiority worldwide. They don't want well-informed people or well-educated people. None of us to be capable of critical thinking. It's against their interest. They want obedience. They want people who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork, and just dumb enough to accept it all. It's sad that it's become this way. And, this is one of those instances where you think maybe that this is wrong, or maybe this is something we shouldn't discuss. It's the problem is we don't discuss anything anymore because everyone's too scared, and they've got us that way, exactly where they want us. And if you can ask any military, anybody who has PTSD or who has maybe lost a limb to war, to helping government gain superiority over another government with no consolation of its people. And they go to the VAs, they go to the hospitals, they go look for jobs, and they're continually turned away. They're continually shunned and have their back turned. They made the greatest sacrifice they could make for each and every one of us. This is why we honor Memorial today. This day is to be honored. This day is not to be happy. I get a little upset sometimes when I see everyone say Happy Memorial Day, because there's nothing happy about this day. This day is in honor of those who have made the greatest sacrifice and those who continue to make that sacrifice, knowing at times what it is they're truly protecting. And this is what I was given by the Major that I would like to share with you. Military and law enforcement serve and protect the government, not the people. Government, they get citizen slaves all over the world to fight and protect their superiority. The very word government breaks down into two parts. Govern means to control, and ment means the mind. The very root of government means to control the mind. It has nothing to do with protecting and serving the public service, good of the community, good of its people, social justice, or rule by its people, or anything of that nature. We see it blindly. We go through here and they've turned us into, like the Major said, slaves. We are customers to the government, especially, the medical field. One of the biggest arguments today and age is talk about the legalization of marijuana, at least within the states it is anyway. And I got so much in my head right now, I can't really remember if it was the Reagan or the Nixon administration that the government was presented with a letter from very high-ranking scientific officials stating that THC is a cure for cancer. But as they buried Nikola Tesla with his ideas of an alternative energy source, so that way everyone could have power, so that way everyone could have anything that they needed. Same with the medical field. THC doesn't contain any other agents to continually consider us and make us customers. The headache medicine that you take on a daily basis contains enough stuff in it. You take it for a good portion of your life, you're going to have kidney problems, liver problems, heart problems as you get older. You'll be a returning customer. Medical field. It's not about cure. It's not about helping any one of us. It's about creating customers and keeping the money in their pockets. Now this one's for you, Mage. I don't talk about this stuff. I don't like talking about this stuff. They hate me enough as it is because, I see things in a different light. My ideology of things is surpassed a lot of different things in this life. I have an understanding that we don't agree on everything, and that's the cultural difference between all of us. But as we've talked about in the past, cultural conditioning breeds hate. War is how they keep us in fear. It's how they keep us having a Memorial Day. I love you guys. I try not to go through here and say anything that's not the truth because I do my research well. Anytime I try to cover a topic, I make sure that I'm very well read in what it is that I bring up. So, know that this came from a great source, and I wouldn't have my conversations any other way. You guys stay up and stay beautiful, and remember to honor those who fight for you, even though none of us truly understand what we're fighting for or who we're protecting. Because if it's freedom that we're supposedly protecting, why is it that they throw us in jail because we don't pay them for our taxes? That's not freedom. Love you guys. Y'all stay up and stay beautiful. There's so much more that can go into this, but I'm going to stop here before they bury me like they buried everybody else. I'll see y'all around.